The alien queen stood alone in her grand chamber, gazing out at the endless stars. Her heart ached with a pain that never faded. Her daughter, the heir to the throne, had been lost in the brutal robot war many years ago. The queen had never truly accepted it, though. The memories of her daughter's laughter haunted her every day. Whispers had spread across her empire about a mysterious signal from a distant planet. Could it be? Could her daughter still be alive? Hope sparked deep within her, but with it came a chilling fear. What if it was a trap? A strange signal echoed across the queen's ship, interrupting her thoughts. The coordinates matched the last place her daughter was seen, a battlefield now abandoned. The queen's heart raced. Could it really be her? After all this time, was her daughter alive? She ordered her most trusted warriors to investigate, but unease gripped her. Why had this signal come now, after all these years? Who sent it? And why? As the ship approached the coordinates, the queen stared at the view screen, her mind filled with questions. Whatever lay ahead, she knew it would change everything. The warriors landed on the war-torn planet, their weapons ready. The air was thick with dust and silence. As they moved cautiously, the queen's daughter appeared from the shadows, standing tall and alive. The queen's breath caught in her throat. Her daughter had survived. But something was off. She wasn't alone. A human stood by her side, an unexpected ally. The warriors tensed, unsure of what to make of the situation. The queen stepped forward, her heart pounding. "How is this possible?" she asked, voice trembling. Her daughter smiled, but the truth she held was far from clear. The human, a young man named Ethan, stepped forward with cautious eyes. "I'm not your enemy," he said, his voice steady, but filled with uncertainty. "Your daughter saved me." The queen's warriors exchanged wary glances, unsure whether to believe him. How could a human, the enemy of their kind, have survived the war with her daughter? The queen's gaze lingered on Ethan. There was something about him, something familiar yet strange. Her daughter explained how Ethan had been part of the war, but had been saved by her after a devastating attack. The queen felt an unfamiliar tug of trust. Was it possible? The queen's daughter began to tell her story. "I was thought to be dead," she explained, her voice soft but clear. "The robots nearly killed me during the final battle. But then something unexpected happened. A group of robots, ones I had never seen before, found me. They didn't destroy me. Instead, they brought me to a hidden place." The queen's heart raced as her daughter continued. "It was there I met Ethan. He was one of the humans who had been caught in the war, but not like the others. He helped me." The queen's mind spun. Why would robots and humans help her daughter? What was going on? The queen's daughter paused, her eyes filled with a mixture of fear and determination. "There's more," she said. "The robots, the ones who saved me, they're not like the ones we fought. They've started a new alliance, not just with humans, but with other factions across the galaxy. And they're preparing to invade our world." The queen's heart sank. Could this be true? The war had been brutal, and she had thought the robots were defeated. But if her daughter's story was correct, this new alliance could bring about even greater destruction. The queen knew one thing for sure. She couldn't trust everything at face value. The queen's mind raced with questions. She had to make a choice, and fast. If her daughter's story was true, the galaxy was on the brink of war once more. The robots, with their new human allies, were too strong to defeat alone. Yet, could she trust humans like Ethan? Could she trust her daughter's judgment after so many years apart? "We must form an alliance," the queen declared, her voice cold and firm. "But we must do it carefully. I will not risk my empire on a gamble." As her warriors prepared, the queen's doubts grew. Would this decision save or doom them all? The queen led her fleet into battle as the dark shadows of the robot ships filled the sky. The new alliance of robots and humans was unlike anything they had faced before. Her daughter fought fiercely at her side, with Ethan close behind. The air crackled with tension as laser blasts lit up the battlefield. But despite their best efforts, the enemies were relentless. The Queen's forces were pushed back, and the robots' new strategies seemed to be predicting their every move. With each passing moment, it became clear. This was no ordinary war. Something was different about their enemies, and the Queen didn't know if they could survive. In the midst of the chaos, a shocking betrayal erupted from within the Queen's own ranks. One of her trusted generals, a loyal ally for years, turned against her, revealing that he had been secretly working with the robots all along. The Queen's warriors were thrown into disarray as their former leader opened the path for the enemy to strike. The Queen's blood ran cold. How could this happen? Was it a setup from the start? As her daughter and Ethan fought bravely, the Queen knew she had little time to act. Who could she trust now? And how could she stop the attack from within her own walls? The final battle had arrived. The Queen, her daughter, and Ethan stood at the front lines, facing the full force of the robot-human alliance. Betrayal had shaken them, but there was no turning back now. The Queen's heart burned with anger as she confronted the general who had turned against her. "You will pay for this," she declared, her voice cold with fury. The clash between the two sides was intense, a battle of life and death. In the end, it was the unexpected bond between the Queen's daughter and Ethan that tipped the scales. Together, they uncovered the final secret. The robots were being controlled by a hidden power, one far more dangerous than they ever imagined. The galaxy was not saved yet, but the Queen knew one thing. This was just the beginning of a new war, one she would face with her daughter, her allies, and the humans who had once been enemies.